TunePocket.com. TunePocket.com.
Good day, and welcome to the Sean Farrell podcast. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. And let's get right to it. So, I often talk about mental health and professional athletes. Okay, and just ones that come to mind: Dak Prescott, Solomon Thomas, Hayden Hurst, DJ Chark, Kevin Love, all talk about their experiences and battles with mental health. Well, there's a NBA point guard who decided to walk away from the game of basketball so he can focus on his mental health. Okay, and that guy was name is Ricky Rubio. Okay, he is, I believe, a 12-year NBA veteran. 12-year NBA veteran who played for the Timberwolves, the Jazz, and so and he also recently played for the Cleveland Cavaliers too. Okay, so he retired a few days ago to focus on his mental health, and he put out a statement and said, July 30th was one of the toughest nights of my life. My mind went to a dark place. I kind of knew I was going on that direction, but I've never thought I wasn't under control of the situation. The next day, I decided to stop my professional career. Okay, so and Ricky Rubio says that he looks forward to the day that he can share his story about what he's been through helping others. Okay, he's not going to share it right now, but he said he is getting better as he's focusing more on his mental health. And so if pro athletes can be vulnerable about their struggles with mental health, ordinary, everyday common man, common woman, you can be open about your struggles too. Okay, I make no secret. Again, I make no secret about the fact that I struggle with anxiety, depression, suicidal ideation. Okay, and mental health is invisible. Suicide can be invisible. People who are suicidal can still socialize, exercise, smile and laugh, eat and sleep well, be successful, have goals for their life, look like they aren't suicidal. Okay, so oftentimes people who in their life are suicide show zero signs. Okay, they show zero signs. And it's important that to learn the warning signs, and learn one of the more dangerous warning signs of all is when they're struggling, and they're struggling. They tell you about their struggle, how much they're having a hard time, and then all of a sudden it just flips to calm, peaceful, happy. Um, that means they probably already made their decision as far as to um, what their decision is gonna be. And I learned this in a suicide prevention class. Okay, um, we can say all the right things. Um, we can say all the right things. We can um, do all the right things that is required um, for somebody who is in that dark place. But ultimately, at the end of the day, the decision lies with them. Their decision to end their life, lies with them. So you can say all the right things, do all the right things, but decision's still theirs, okay? And if they choose to end their life, that's one of the more sobering things that I learned in a suicide prevention class is that say all the right things, do all the right things, but if they still do it, hey, so it's one of the more tougher things about suicide, about how suicide that I learned, okay? But yeah, let's normalize it. Let's not shy away from let's not shy away from the subject of suicide, okay? Because every 40 seconds somebody ends their life, and every 41 seconds friends, family members, co-workers are left to try and make sense of it, okay? And let me tell you, there were times where it's like climbing a mountain. It's like climbing a mountain, okay? Like climbing a mountain or being injured, okay? And depression is kind of like being injured. You're being injured and you're in recovery, and you start saying to yourself, man, what am I doing? What am I doing? I have been through this so many more times. I don't want to go through this process again. But then, as you're going through the process, you start to get better. You start to feel good mentally. You start to feel good physically. And it's like you work your way back from depression. You work so hard to work your way back from depression, only to have it strike again. Okay. And then you're back to square one. And then you go through the same grinding, excruciating process of trying to work your way back from depression. And mentally it's an uphill battle, and you don't want to go through that battle anymore. And you don't want to go through that battle. You don't want to deal with the mental excruciation that you have to work through. And so you just don't want to deal with it anymore. And you search for ways to not having to endure that excruciating mental pain that you got to go through all over again to recover from depression. And that's where suicide comes in to play. Again, um, you ask yourself, is it even worth it? Because you're just so tired and you're so exhausted from working your way back. And it's like you're climbing a mountain and you're right in the middle of the mountain, hanging on the rock. And do I want to climb all the way up and finish? Or do I just want to, climb back? Or no, go back down? Okay. And going back down is the easy thing, okay? Because it takes no energy. No. Because it takes no energy for you to go back down when you're recovering from depression, okay? But one of the hardest things to do is being in the middle of that mountain. And you say, I'm going to finish. Okay. That's one of the hardest things to do, is to say, no, I'm not going to go back to that familiar place. Instead, I'm going to keep on going. Okay. That is one of the hardest things to do, because you're just so familiar with the dark place, being down, and knowing that climbing that mountain of depression to recovery is going to require a lot more work. Probably might be drained sometimes, and it is just a grinding, excruciating, tiring process. I told a friend one time, I said, I just don't know if it's worth it. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. I'm physically tired. I'm mentally tired. I just don't want to fight this feeling anymore. And she said, but let me tell you something. It's absolutely worth it. It's absolutely worth it. And, it is worth it. It is worth it. Okay. And, you can always, dial 988. Okay. You can always dial 988. Okay. Always dial. No, your life is worth a phone call. Okay. Your life is worth a phone call. All right. All right. That's it, and that's all for the Sean Farrell podcast. God bless you all, and I will see you all on the next one. Peace out.